guides, ascended masters, loved ones, teachers, positive ancestors, por favor, give me the overall energy here as it relates to my collective and love. What do they need to know at this time? Hi, beautiful Daisy. How are you? Oh, dang. Okay. So there is someone here, could be a past person here, who wants to either spend more time with you or who's missing you right now, thinking about you right now. There's definitely this energy of desiring you, like craving you, wanting to connect with you. Okay? Yeah, Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Dang. Somebody is definitely in their feels about you at this time. Definitely in their feels about you, thinking about you, being drawn towards you. This is the energy of what could be like either a new love, new romance, or somebody that feels like they really miss you. Like they could be just craving you or craving your energy, your presence. And for some of you, for the most part, you know who this person is. Like, I don't feel like this is a new, like, brand new person, but this is someone that you have been connected with. And somebody who's definitely missing your energy at this time. Okay, missing your energy at this time. Yeah, you have met this person, Amy. Tell me about this person. Who is this person to Michael? Ooh, this is someone who's watching you. Could be an air sign. Could be an air sign, okay? It's definitely somebody who is observing you, watching you, assessing you, trying to determine what their next steps are or what their next action will be towards you. Okay. What else we need to know about this person? What do we need to know about them? Ooh. This person has been receiving messages about you in dream state. I feel an M and T initials. That could be yours or theirs, first, middle, or last. Okay, MT. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of messages, like avian messages. So you could be hearing a lot of bird sounds in the morning. You could have found a bird's nest recently. You could have even seen feathers recently. That's a confirmation. Okay. This is someone who's been dreaming a lot about you. What are they dreaming about as it relates to my collective? They are tempted. They are tempted by you right now. I feel for some of you, this is something that's either complicated or could be no contact. And maybe in the past, you would have been the one to break no contact, or you would have been the one to reach out, or you've been the one to seek this person out. And yeah, I don't see you doing that right now. I see for most of you, you're just really focusing your energy on yourself. Okay. For those who are just connected with this person and it's somewhat complicated, yeah, it definitely feels like this is someone who's very tempted by you at this time. Dang. Okay. What are they thinking right now about my collective? They are stressed. This is romantic energy. This is a very romantic energy. This is somebody who's stressed because it feels like they almost tried to push this by the wayside. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you. You are too kind. You are too kind. You are so generous. But yes, this is definitely someone who is stressed because in the past they tried to maybe suppress their desires here, repress them, or maybe even just consider this just another connection, like a run-of-the-mill connection. I feel that they tried to put this out of their head. They tried not to think too much about it. But yeah, listen to the song. I love you always, forever, near and far, ocean together. For some of you, the ocean is significant. For some of you, you're a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. For some of you, you've been listening to the song Ocean Eyes. Some of you have blue eyes who are connecting to this reading. Some of you feel just as stuck in this person as they feel stuck on you. But this is definitely someone who is stressed because they've realized that this is the connection they're meant to be connected to. Like, this is meant to be a forever relationship. This is meant to be a forever connection. They have recognized that this is what they're meant to pursue. They're meant to pursue this connection. They feel, I heard provenance. Maybe Provence is a confirmation, or provenance. It's like they feel like this is important. I also heard the word magnanimous. It's like they feel like this is important. They feel like they need to take some type of action in a way that makes you feel like they're aware of the depths, aware of all that this is meant to be. Like a big sweeping, chivalrous, brave, courageous gesture or action in order to be able to demonstrate their level of awareness of the connection and what they desire. That's what I feel on this person's side. It's like they know up until this time they haven't given you those confirmations, or maybe they didn't fight for the relationship, right? There was a little resistance, right? They tried to just consider this just like anything else in their life. And it feels like eventually they realized that they couldn't stay in this place. It's like when you try to go against the grain, when you try to feed into this resistance, which is I'm resisting this connection, I'm resisting something that feels this powerful, all that happens is that the energy becomes stronger. It's like, think about when you've told yourself, I'm not going to have this chocolate cake, or I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do it. It's like, I'm not going to have this wine. It's like, you want that more than anything, right? Oh, dang, do you want that chocolate cake? It's like, that chocolate cake is not safe around you anymore. That's this person. It's like, they're trying to be like, no, I don't need this. I don't want this. I don't have time in my life for this. Like, I can't prioritize this. Like, it's just like any other connection. Absolutely not. This is somebody who's being overcome by this awareness of the meaning and purpose of this connection in their lives, and the awareness of the fact that their suppression of their desire, or at least their unwillingness in the past to actually be open to this, how that actually created a lot of this stress and a lot of this tension, how that created a lot of anxiety for them, right? It kept them all up in their head, because instead of allowing their heart to open, all they did, they tried to understand this. They basically put themselves in a position where they were analyzing this, agonizing over their understanding, but it didn't bring them any clarity. Of course it wouldn't, because they were assessing it from using the wrong organ, right? They weren't allowing themselves to feel their way through this. Damn. Yeah, for some of you, there is a distance here. Or again, there's something about living near the water. What is this person's intentions towards my collective at this time? This is somebody who wants to be able to have a success here with you. They want this relationship to be able to work. They want to be able to have an opportunity to make this work. What does my collective think about this person? I'm curious. See, you may feel like this person is not really giving you much to work with. You may feel like this is somebody who's really only putting a little bit of effort. You know that they want you. You know that they desire you. But yeah, you may feel like you're not either prioritized, or that this person doesn't seem to be super motivated. Doesn't seem to be super motivated to make things work. What does my collective think the biggest issue is in this relationship? You feel like this is somebody who, in essentially an assessment of something that could be maybe bittersweet, or an assessment of the downside versus the upside, you feel like they deferred to the pessimistic view. You feel like they leaned into being risk averse or into being cautious. But there's so much desire here. There's so much chemistry here. But your perception of this person is that they either intellectualize this, or in order to find peace within their life, because this seemed too difficult, they basically just focused on, the aspect of this that felt like it was bitter, or the aspect of this that felt like it wasn't going to work, to make things easier on them. You may feel as well like they're not speaking to either directly at this time, or when they do speak to you, it's like there's a hollowness in what they're communicating. Like they're not fully revealing themselves at this time. Okay? Dang. You may feel like this is somebody who is very like a smooth talker as well. Or somebody who seems to be able to wear masks for different situations. But you can see right through this person. I promise you. You can see right through this person. They ain't fooling anyone. Well, they're fooling other people, but they're not fooling you. They're definitely not fooling you. Damn. Okay. What does this person feel about the relationship with my collective at this time? For some of you, this is somebody who is avoidant, and you were put on their path in order to help them connect safely to their emotions. And right now, they're just starting to experience the grief of prospectively not losing you, but like feeling you changing. Feeling you're changing, or you've changed. That feels like it's a process of grief for this person, but I feel like they were avoiding feeling this for a long time. Maybe again, they were in isolation, feeling this, and you thought that they had moved on. You thought that they had detached from this, but they've been silently grieving this, like mourning this. But then there's a part of them, it's like, I don't want to fully grieve this, because that means I'm letting go. This energy is intense. This is intense energy. This is somebody who is not going to lie to themselves anymore. They can't. They can't lie to themselves anymore. What is this person's next action towards my collective at this time? For a lot of you, this is somebody who was complacent for a long time, okay? They were complacent because there was a conflict here that they weren't willing to address. I feel for a lot of you, they have had a breakthrough. There's an epiphany here that they want to be able to have a renewal of this relationship. They want to have a renewal of this relationship. What does this renewal look like from this person's perspective? For some of you, this is not even just a renewal. This is a full offer. Okay, listen. Listen here, Lindas and Lindos. I don't want y'all to be like, Mercy told me it's coming and there's an offer. It's going to happen immediately and come out. I demand a recount, okay? Make sure all the details match before you claim this reading. Make sure you resonate with everything before you claim or take this reading, okay? I specifically feel Capricorn energy, Libra energy, Pisces, okay? Capricorn, Libra, Pisces. I also have Aries here, okay? Linda and Lindos. I also have the initials M and T as being significant, okay? There's something about pets that's coming through. There's something about really stormy weather recently as of late. There's something about this person's smell and the way that you feel when you just breathe in their scent, okay? Maybe even a little bit, okay, we're not going to get into it. Maybe you like the sweaty smell. We're not going to talk about it, okay? It's like 1:10 p.m. Eastern. Like, settle down over here, okay? But yeah, for some of you do. That's pheromones for you. But yeah, for some of you, you remember that. Like, you get called back into that and the connection to that, okay? You have a strong scent memory. Some of you have something that this person left at your place or gave to you, okay? Could be like a bag or like some type of bag, parcel, something that they bought when the two of you were out together. It feels like you've tried to plant new seeds beyond this person. But yeah, there's this energy of feeling called back to it. And I feel that in the spring here, there's going to be a renewal. Like I said, for some of you, there's an offer incoming. For some of you, there's an offer incoming. And this offer is coming because most of you, number one, are very much in a state of protecting your energy, are very much in a state of reinforcing the level of confidence that you have within your life overall. And it's, of course, benefiting this connection. And for many of you, especially if you're Libra, but even more so, for many of you as well, you've been looking better than you've ever looked because your vibration is elevated. You've been on your spiritual awakening journey. You've really started to not only take care of your physical body, but of your spirit, of your heart. And that is making you vibrate higher and it's making you more magnetic. So for some of you, there's a lot of work that's happened behind the scenes that has caused this shift, okay? And I feel this person's breakthrough here is that this is destined. This is the journey that you have walked together is exactly the journey you were meant to walk, okay? I feel for a lot of you, for a long time, you were really frustrated by being put in this circumstance. Like, why do I have to be dealing with this relationship that feels like it's constantly in a state of confusion or separation, resistance. And I feel that most of you have gained a level of peace around the fact that this relationship, at least from your vantage point, is meant to be something that is healing. It's meant to be something that helps you grow. That shift in your perspective and your willingness to trust the universe and your activation of your third eye to actually see things clearly is what has allowed there to be an opening here, a portal being open for new opportunities being presented. Okay. Damn. What does my collective think about a potential future with this person? You are open to it if, and this is a big if, and it's a big but. You want something stable. You want to be able to create stability. You don't want to just be connected to this person. So here's the way you're viewing this connection. You've recognized that you probably won't be able to fully let this person go in the sense in which you'll always be energetically connected to them. But if they're not going to actually offer you something tangible, you would prefer to stay in no contact or stay separated for the purpose of really creating that stability within your own life, right? Be able to create that stability in your own life and make sure that you feel like you're in a place in which your foundation is balanced. So you're wanting to transcend anything that feels like it keeps you in a place of instability, okay? A lot of you are actually choosing no contact right now because you feel like this person just creates instability in your life. And you also feel like they're repressing what they actually want. And you know they regret that. But you also don't want to consistently be having to pull teeth or pull answers out of this person. You're just like, okay, you do you, B. You make decisions you're going to regret or that you already regret. And you convince yourself, I want no part of it. I want no part of it. For most of you, you want no part of it. You want no part of somebody who's in a place in which they are avoiding growth, transformation, healing. Because you are attracted to like-type energies. You're attracted to people who are just as committed to their spiritual journey as you are. You are in a place in which you have healed, you have grown. So you're no longer as attracted to this person in the 3D. In the 5D, you still feel connected to this person. In the 3D, I actually feel like a lot of you have kind of distanced yourself. And not to prove a point to this person, just because you don't feel as drawn to them anymore. And for a lot of you, it's because you just know that right now, again, vibrationally, you're not aligned. In this moment, you feel very brave and courageous to choose yourself in this moment. But you're ready to do so. And you also feel like they're not in a state in which they are acting brave or courageous. And unfortunately, that leaves you on divergent paths in this moment, right? Will this person come forward, like I said, in the near future? What's the timeline for this collective? For most of you, I see the month of June as being significant, okay? This is somebody who does want to be able to have all that they've desired with you fulfilled. Like I said, they've realized that their purpose is with you. When someone says, should I let go? Truthfully, for most of you, it is time to let go. And I don't mean let go of this person in totality. I mean let go of what you thought you were supposed to have with this person. Because this person should be earning that. They should be earning that. It's one thing to desire and to have these feelings and this level of conscious awareness. It's another thing for this person to actually be stepping into that and embodying that. And in fact, if anything, it shouldn't be sad to let this person go, right? Because you're creating space for what will be. You're creating space for what is meant to be, to grow. You're creating space for something more stable. You have to be willing to let go of things that are unstable in order to create stability. Some of you are learning this. Some of you are realizing that in order to be able to have things that are stable or consistent or reliable or supportive or healing or beneficial or expansive, you have to let go of things that are not that. Okay? I know it seems cliche. It seems obvious, but it's not. Okay? Sometimes you're holding on to something in hopes that it turns into that. And ultimately, in fact, if anything, it just manifests more of that like type thing, which is instability, insecurity, things that seem to slip through your fingers. Okay? Okay. Slipping through my fingers all the time. What else do we need to know about the next steps from this person? Here's the truth and nothing but the truth, so help me. RuPaul Charles, the only God I worship. Those of you who feel this reading in your heart, and I mean feel it in your heart, like your heart's beating right now, okay? You're getting chills. You could be feeling or hearing ringing in your right ear, okay? You know that this is your person and you know that you will reconnect, but you also are in this place in which you are letting go. You're letting go of everything outside of that knowing. You're freeing yourself from this obligation, or you're freeing yourself from any expectation because you don't want to confine yourself in a state of like egoistic knowing. It's like you have this knowing, but it's a softer knowing. It's a trust-based knowing. It's a knowing that allows for fluidity. It's a knowing that allows for things to come to be as they're meant to come to be. It's a knowing that feels like it comes from a heart-based place, not a mind-based place. Not like, I know it. It's like, I know, I feel it. I know it. Okay. But we don't hold on to it from a place of needing predictive understanding or control. We feel it. We know it. We trust it, but we let go. We let go. The soul tie here has not been broken. Has not been broken. And for many of you, again, the month of June is significant. Growth here that is coming forward, new motivation coming from your person. Let them claim you. Let them earn you. Let them come forward in a state of bravery and courage. But don't reward this behavior of refusing growth, refusing expansion. Okay? Trust this feeling here, but also let them choose whatever they're choosing. Let them decide whatever they're deciding. Let them walk the path that they are in order to find their way back to you. But also know that when they do come back forward towards you, they will come back forward towards you in a way in which they were actually ready to match you vibrationally. Okay? I feel for many of you, you're just relinquishing the need to understand this. I feel like the understanding was keeping you in this, again, more wounded place. The need to understand or to have assurance or security is keeping you in a place in which you're avoiding an opportunity to step into this upgrade that you're being offered. Okay? For those of you who said, what if I move on and find someone else? Then you will. Then you move on and find someone else, and the universe rewards you and celebrates you. Just because you are in the spiritual connection that doesn't work out in its first iteration, or you connect with someone new, does not mean that you don't reconnect in the future. Some of you, that reconnection in the future is a reconnection in which you will see each other and meet each other with fresh eyes. For others, that reconnection in the future is something that is inherently meant to be romantic, when you've both grown, evolved, and expanded. But for some of you, that reconnection is simply a sharing of an acknowledgement of the journey and a continuance of moving forward in separate paths. Okay? You have to follow what feels right to you. And for some of you, for others, you may choose to not reconnect with this person at all, because even in that future iteration, when this person comes forward, you may sense that they are unhealed, that they have not incurred the growth that is necessary in order for you to be aligned in terms of the life that you're seeking to live. For those of you that feels like this person chose another path, I'm going to say something that might hurt your feelings, but it's necessary. They were meant to choose that path. They had to choose that path. They had to choose another path in order to understand that ultimately it wasn't going to lead them to the salvation that they were seeking. They had to learn to move through this path of resistance in order to be able to find a state of sovereignty within themselves, in order to be able to find a state of empowerment within themselves. And I think for a lot of you as well, it's just about accepting that and accepting as well that you're now choosing to follow your own path as well. Choosing to follow your own path as well. Because it is an old comfort zone that doesn't feel comfortable anymore. When you first connected with this person, you were clinging to this idea of them changing or evolving or becoming something else. Or maybe choosing you. But now that you've chosen yourself, you don't crave that in the same way anymore. You don't yearn for anyone to choose you because you've chosen yourself. And now that you've chosen yourself, they're going to come out from the woodwork to choose you. That's the way it works. That's the way it works. So most of you, you have shifted into a much more confident place. That is the vibrational alignment that this person would need to meet. And until they do, I see for most of you, you won't connect with this person at all. For most of you, they're like, why are we pervasively in no contact, or why are we not connecting? Trust that your higher self is guiding you away from this person until they're ready for you. Okay? Trust that your guides are navigating you away from this person, deferring you away, deflecting you away from this person until they're ready for you. Okay? Trust and believe that benevolent forces always support you and see all. As you continue to upgrade, why would they want you to be relegated to somebody who is not on that same path in this time? Okay? Final advice for this collective. What are they needing to know? Final advice is collective on their side specifically. Be present, because your life is about to get abundant, expansive. You're about to experience so many blessings. Be present in that. Be here for this. Okay? Let go of the old version of this connection. Let go of the old version of yourself. Let go of who you used to be. Let go of what you used to love. Be here now. Be here now. Let your guides connect with you. Let your guides work with you. Experience all that there is to offer in this current reality, because it's your only one. I'm going to tell you that lovingly. I'm not going to hold your hand when I say this, okay? This is your reality, and it's a beautiful one to experience, okay? Damn. I hope that message was helpful for my collective, sending so much love, positive energy, and abundance. If you enjoyed that collective message, 1111 down below and let me know that was yours, okay? Let's do you guys want career messages or more yes or no questions? Let me know. Would you rather? Who would you rather? Would you rather some career messages, or would you rather yes or no questions? Thank you, my love. Thank you, my love. Yes. You're so cute. I love you. Yes, I do the readings on live. I'm going to check the donation list shortly. I'm probably fully booked. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Let's see. I have one more spot. Left. If you guys are wanting to get on the list, there's one more donation spot left. Love or career are 26. Soulmate twin flame readings are 36. Full year readings, which include all the categories of your life, that's 46. I have one more spot, and then the list is closed. She closed. Okay. A lot of you are saying career. Okay, let's do career. Let's do it. Try to walk away and I stumble. But I will do a few yes or no's after, okay? She a generous queen. Yeah. What does this collective need to know about their career at this time? Spirits, angels, guides, ascended masters, loved ones, teachers, positive ancestors. Oh, dang. I feel like we've been getting funny career messages lately. Okay, so the first thing is, I feel like for some of you, it's like you want to be successful in your career and you want to expand and grow. But then there's also this part of you that is like, I also just want to enjoy the summer or enjoy the spring, and I don't really want to focus on my career. I'm getting a collective that does want objectively or theoretically the idea of success and like to make money. You want the money to be deposited in your bank account, but you don't necessarily want to be slaving away. Okay. Tell me a little bit more. What does this collective need to know about their career at this time? What is their highest energy in career? Yeah, I feel for some of you, it's really assessing what you feel like feels right to you at this time. Okay. It's like, you may feel like in the past you took on too much, or you may feel like in your prior worlds, you were really trying to prove something to yourself via your career. It's like you had this idea of like, okay, yeah, I need to continue to be committed. And like, again, maybe you were overworking yourself. You put too much of yourself into it. Maybe career almost became your whole life. And I feel like you don't want to go back there, but you do want to find what feels right to you. Okay. Tell me a little bit more about this. What does this collective need to know? Yeah, I feel like this is this balance of being able to find something that offers reciprocity for the efforts you're making, something that has the opportunity to have equal give and take, maybe even more compensation or feeling more fairly rewarded or recognized for your efforts. But you also kind of want independence. Like you want to do your own thing. You don't want people barking up your tree. You don't want people, breathing down your neck asking you about reports. Like you kind of you want to be able to have something that feels expansive. And again, it rewards you for the investments you're making. But you want to feel a level of freedom. You want to feel trusted as well. Okay, no barking up your tree. No barks at all. Okay. Tell me what else this collective needs to know about their career at this time. Some of you might actually be leaving a position. Okay. But it does feel like this is actually a blessing in disguise, or maybe you've already left a position. So for those of you who have left a position or are choosing whether to leave a position, and you're trying to question, where do I go next? I kind of feel like this is your reading. It's like, you're like, where do I go beyond this? What does my next chapter look like in my career? And I think for a lot of you, this leaving this position or walking away from this position feels like it is essentially leading you towards wish fulfillment. It feels like it is a blessing in disguise. I feel for those of you who feel like you've left a position, or even if you were terminated or let go, or you chose to leave willingly, or you ended on a contract, it's like there's the onus is on you at this time to really assess and evaluate what you are desiring and setting intentions around that is going to be critical in terms of you evolving to a very prosperous and expansive path, but a path specifically that feels like it gives you exactly what you're wanting at this time for your career. So this is about essentially creating your own rules, or recognizing that you have the power to make up your own rules in your career. Like you don't have to follow anyone else's guideline. Like you don't have to follow any other trajectory that you feel like is necessary. For some of you, you're also worrying too much about money. Thank you, Barbie. You're worrying too much about money, and your guides are wanting you to know that you will be cared for. You'll be taken care of. Okay. Anything else this collective needs to know regarding career this time? Yeah, some of you need to realize that you need to actually break away from the grind. So maybe you actually work better in a non-traditional setting. Okay. Or you need to be able to just sit in a place in which you can gain higher levels of inspiration, as opposed to, again, feeling like you're in that like rat race or like traditional corporate function or position. I feel for a lot of you, it's about allowing yourself to just take a step back and maybe think of some new ideas. Maybe you're going to create something for yourself. Maybe this is about a side hustle, but it feels like something that it requires ingenuity, innovation, and a willingness to trust the process. Okay. Yeah, a lot of you, I feel like, are challenged. It's like, you want to do something different and you want to follow a new path, but you're not sure how. You're not sure what to do. And what your guides want you to know is that you don't need to know exactly where you're going. You just need to know that you're being led, and know that you can trust those intuitive downloads you're receiving at this time. Okay? Obstacles are not what they seem. Limitations are not what they seem. It is about allowing yourself to see beyond, or perhaps even like go through this process of unlearning the old way you used to think about your career. This feels like a collective that is reprogramming the way that they show up within their career. It's like no longer thinking the same way about it, no longer feeling the same way about it. And for a lot of you, you have gone through this shift in your identity with your spiritual awakening. And the same things that you used to find fulfilling are not fulfilling for you anymore. Okay? Final insight and advice for this collective. What are they needing to know? Okay. For many of you, you are increasing your power. You're increasing your status, but it feels like you're doing so in a very new way. Mel, I can't get over the synchronicities. Look at this. Some of you could live near the Eiffel Tower. Okay. But yeah, you are increasing your power and status, but it's in a new way. You're finding your power within. You're finding your power within. And you are climbing the ladder. You're gaining higher levels of success, but it feels like it's your own ladder. Like it's not a ladder that feels like it's being offered to you. It's like you are creating this journey for yourself. Okay? So take the time to be able to gain this level of perspective and don't feel pressure. I feel for some of you, you might have felt pressure in the past, but right now it's most important that you move into this flow state. This is about tapping into your inner power, and living the life that you really want to have, not feeling like you need to play by anyone else's rules or follow anyone else's journey or path. What feels right to you intuitively is the path that you're meant to take. Okay? For some of you, travel is significant as well. Maybe you need to go on a trip to even discover what you want to do. Some of you, you may reflect on it while you're looking to a fountain. There's something about a fountain or even like a pool. I hope that message was helpful for my collective, sending so much love, positive energy, and abundance. If you enjoyed that collective message, 777 down below. Okay, let's do some yes or no questions.